on the audio for now. I'll turn on the video, and then when I get home, I can turn on the audio. I mean the video again if we need to. I'm really happy to be here. Okay.
Thank you, John K. Before you get off there, where are you driving from, or where are you joining us from this afternoon?
Lots of good stories. I'm actually parked outside a Best Buy. I just picked up a speaker, which is actually really cool, and it is on sale right now for $200 off. It's a Bluetooth speaker, and it gives you 24 hours of sound on one battery charge. So we have our project in Uganda, and it has become expensive to rent a generator and to buy petrol all the time. And every time music goes off, all our customers leave. So we think this is a good investment to know that for 24 hours, we shall get good quality sound, even with no power. So we are kissing generators and buying petrol good night. If anyone has a use for this kind of thing, $200 off is a good deal.
Thank you very much, John K. I was going to be surprised when you say it's on sale for $200, and then
Off.
you added off. Thank you, but you didn't tell us the town you're joining from. Best Buy.
Right now I'm in Ajax.
Ajax, Ontario.
Yes,
that is
right
Durham
now
region.
I'm in Ajax. Yes.
Welcome,
right.
welcome. Charles, say hi to the people, and Helen and Faid.
Yes, hi everyone. Thank you, Henry, for giving me the opportunity to have something to share as you open the fourth annual awards ceremony for the women. I don't know, is it the fourth? I'm not so sure about that, but I'm so grateful to be here. And as we witness and honor the women who have stood out in helping many within the community, those who have just arrived, those who are been here quite some time, who have really played such a distinguished role and being role models to other women. We are so grateful for each and everybody who has stood along with them too, because they have not been only, it's not been only them, but there's been a team which has supported them through thriving these events of them receiving these accolades. But still, as the NAC executive, I want to just pose one food for thought, I must say. As we celebrate the women, we should also think about celebrating men within the community. Because I believe when you look at different development approaches in time immemorial, there came women in development, it failed because they were only considering women as to spearhead development within the communities. Not until they brought in gender mainstreaming, which includes both men and women. And this has worked out effectively. And if, as NAC, I know you should put this issue into consideration. Maybe next time when celebrating the women, alongside them, men will also have some recognition in any kind of form, because we're in a society where men have been down, have been sidelined in ways, in quite very many ways. And women have been uplifted. And we look at society, men play a very big role in forming certain communities. For example, the absence of men in certain communities has led to lots of things going disarray. But with the absence of men in those communities, things have gone on sanely, and we have seen sound and stable communities. So as you forward, through these celebrations, the different women who have played a distinguished role in our community, we should also consider recognizing men. Thank you very much, Henry, and the entire team for NAC for honoring and coming up with these awards. Those are my few words, I would say.
Thank you so much, Mr. Charles Sentamu. I want to invite Mark to say something about that particular comment as we welcome Senga Joyce Mugisa, Brother Sam Ochen, Brian, and Helen. Yes, Mark.
Thank you so much, Brother Charles Sentamu. It's really a wonderful comment, and want to acknowledge that it's important to recognize men.
You abruptly got unmuted. Yeah, you're back now.
Sorry about that, Henry. I was turning off someone. What I'm saying, yes, Brother Sentam, it's really very important to recognize men. And as NAC, we acknowledge for sure that men have a wonderful contribution in development of society, that also women cannot do what they do without the support of men. However, these awards particularly are in line with the ongoing celebrations of the Women's Month internationally. It's not just about NAC, but it's what we are following the international calendar. However, we have the General Inspiration Awards. Those are coming soon. Initially, it has been men winning. For the previous 2 years, we've held those Inspiration Awards. Basically, it was for men winning, but no, they are not necessarily organized for men, I must admit.
You're muted, Seven.
You're muted.
Hello? Am I muted?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Oh, you didn't hear what I said?
No, we missed you.
Oh my God. I was saying that it's a wonderful observation that men need a special recognition, and I was admitting.
You're muted.
What's going on? Is it network?
I think it's the network. We can't hear you, but we see your mouth moving. Anthony, can you kind of take over?
Hi, Mark. Can you hear us?
Yes, Anthony, please go ahead, introduce yourself briefly. We are going to get back. I want to hear some more voices.
Yes, my name is Anthony Kaddu. Currently in Northern Ontario, and nice to be here with you guys. Thank you.
What's your role at NAC, and what do you think about the question Charles talked about?
Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, my role, I'm the Western Region representative of NAC. Yeah, involving men is crucial. And as Mark was responding to that word was just recognizing those women during this particular month. But yeah, we always take into consideration and we have to for more events coming. that we both play a big role in supporting each other. No one could stand alone. Even NAC doesn't stand alone. We stand with advisors. We stand with, elders, and I believe involving both parties, men and women, and recognizing those that are here, that are even some that are already gone. You might find that you might actually recognize someone who is actually gone. He has gone to the next world, but if we can recognize the little efforts that they did that change someone's lives, we shall put into consideration all those futures. But thank you. That's my submission for today. Hope we have a nice meeting to share everything that we have on our minds. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks so much. Samo Chen, Brian Tamale, Faid Abubakar Bukulu. Any thoughts? You're welcome. Or Maria Nalugulwa. Yes, Sam.
Is it about introducing myself or
anything? Yes.
Yeah, so just introducing myself. So I am Sam Oshen, and I'm happy to be here. And of course, celebrating is a good thing. I don't know how much I have to speak, but if I can speak, I can speak the whole day. So I don't know how much I should speak, Henry.
Anything. We are doing a little chit chat as we're waiting for our wonderful guests, Doreen and Kaddu. A minute or so would be okay.
Okay, so I will say that of course identifying and celebrating success is a key indicator of a maturing organization. And so when I see NAC identify success, I say congratulations. And of course, I'm a success identifier myself by profession, by training, and by practice. So if you ask me to speak about success, I can speak the whole day. But since you wanted a minute or two, I will just say that this is an indicator, a big indicator of how NAC is growing and how the successes of different aspects, in this case, the women, is the contribution to what NAC should be measuring at the end of it all, and how it is impacting on the communities, on how much it is building the communities, and then how it is causing mental health success. I'm linking this already to mental health. That is how mental health success can be achieved through celebrating success of a woman. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sam. You bring a very good point around honoring and celebrating. Maybe as time goes, when we finish, would love to highlight more about this, because this is not only about NAC, but it's also about our community being recognized for what we are. So thank you for that reminder. We'll take maybe two more intros, maybe three. Helen Abubakar, if you're available.
Hi everyone.
Oh. Okay, let's first hear Helen and then Abubakar.
Thank you for the chance, and thank you for the invitation today. My name is Helen Pusasida. I'm very glad to be here, and as a woman, I am honored. And as for the gentlemen who have submitted that they should also be recognized, it is okay, but we feel like the men are always recognized. So today, NAC is making a choice to recognize women. NAC is literally choosing to honor women. Today, can you give it up for the women to be recognized, please? humbly asking and humbly requesting that today should be about the woman, because it is once in a while I think that women are recognized, but there's a lot that women bring to the table, and I don't think the men are complete without the woman. So if today is ours, give it to us in good faith. That's my submission to you. Thank you.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Helen, for reminding us that women are always there, and it's International Women's Month. Abubeka Bukulu.
Hi, everyone. My name is Bukulu Abubeka. I'm on a move from a meeting, but I'm excited to be part of this award, and I'm excited for the ladies who have done a lot of work, because I know Hajjat Joweria as a person, as an individual, and she has been able to support a couple of young people like me who are newcomers, and they're trying the Muslims and stuff like that. She has been there to guide us through and support us. So, and we should celebrate women beyond March, and it should be an everyday agenda beyond just the month, but on a daily, on how we do our things, on how we run our errands, on how we move and how we do everything that we touch on. I feel like we need to respect the women and also respect everyone, regardless of them being not women enough or not men enough. Let's respect them and give them that love they deserve. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bukulu Abubeka, acknowledging one of the winners. So I see so many wonderful faces. Jen Nagawa, your beautiful smile is contagious. I invite everyone, those who can. Annabelle, please join us on video. John K., I hope you are home safely. Joyce Mugisa, Brian Tamale, Maria Nalubulwa, and Dennis. One of our winners is here, Doreen Kajumba. She's getting a place where she can be out of the noise. So friends, I think we are ready to get formally started. I want to invite Mark, who will give us an opening as we acknowledge the land we are all situated, and we'll get into a little agenda, how the evening is going to be divided. Mr. Mark Lubulwa, over to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lyombia, and good evening, all of you, dear ladies and gentlemen. I want to take this opportunity to officially welcome you from the long weekend. I know some people it has been long in another way, other people it's short in a way, but either way. And I welcome you to this event tonight. As NAC, we looked at very many ways of celebrating people who make a difference in other people's lives. However, of course, I mean, there is a lot we can do, but we thought by recognizing, by singling out particular individuals who have gone extraordinarily in serving others, we thought giving them a recognition when they are still alive. You know, those who come from Uganda, there's a song from Dr. Jose Chameleon. In Uganda, it's pronounced as Vasima Ogenze. They appreciate you when you're dead. But as NAC, we said, it's important to recognize these people when they're still around, when they're still alive. It's important to make them understand that the works of their hands is being appreciated. So, particularly this time, we are recognizing the women who are making a difference. We are not saying others don't make a difference. There are so many. Actually, we had a dilemma. Remember, it took us a couple of meetings to arrive at these two names because the list was very, very long. We did not know whom to choose. But then at one point in time, we had to agree that these two names really, they have gone an extra mile. The level of selflessness, their level of consistency, their level of commitment to serving newly arrived individuals in Canada. So that's the background to this day, to this event, to the names particularly. So dear ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you and encourage you to make yourselves as comfortable as possible. I understand we wanted to be physical, but for some inevitable circumstances, we said, okay, we shall get physical one day, but for now, we can remain virtual. So make yourselves as comfortable as possible. Feel at home, feel at NAC. Welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Mark Lubulwa, for those opening remarks. Now we'll invite a volunteer to lead us in a moment of reflection, prayer, and land acknowledgement. Any volunteer? Faith? Leah? Annabelle? Dennis? Dalson? Faid? Annabelle, you're ready? Okay, Owen is ready. Owen?
Hello, beautiful
Hello.
women and men of New African Farmers Association. I will lead us into a prayer for today. Briefly, I don't know if I'm late or the session started already.
You're not late. You are joining when we just had a chit chat. Now we are ready, and maybe a little bit about yourself and where you're joining from.
Yes, so my name is Owen Biamukama. I'm joining from Prince Edward Island in Charlottetown. Some of you may know it already because of the upcoming conference in August. And for those who don't know it, it's an island, one of the provinces of Canada. I'm in my final year in economics at University of Prince Edward Island. I've been in Canada for about 4 years. Yes, and I'm currently a student transitioning to the working class of Canada. So it's a pleasure to be here and to meet everyone as we acknowledge the impact of ladies in our community on Prince Edward Island, in Canada, in Uganda, and the whole world at large. So with that, I think we can proceed to humble ourselves for a brief prayer. Oh Father, we repent for the sins we've committed, Lord Jesus Christ. We'd love to thank you for this day. We'd love to thank you for the thoughtful minds that have conveyed us all and brought us together to recognize the impact, recognize the labor and hard work of women in our society, O Lord Jesus Christ. When you created man, you created woman to support him, to guide him, to help him be as imaginative as possible and fulfill his dreams, Lord Jesus Christ. We'd like to thank you for all the men and women in this group, O Lord Father, that you may bless us with courage to pursue our dreams. You may bless us with humility to keep our feet on the ground. You may bless us with conviction not to give up on our dreams, with persistence, with love, with togetherness, and bless us with visions to achieve as the New African Farmers of Canada, to establish a sustainable Ugandan community on the island, and to be among the greats in each and every field that we come from, O Lord Jesus Christ. We pray that you may bless our leaders that are going to share today. You may bless them with the right words to say to us and to open our minds to be receptive to the new ideas, to understand them and to apply the knowledge we are going to receive today, Lord Jesus Christ. We pray all of this through your mighty name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. What a wonderful prayer. Owen, I hope you can stay around. Owen is also one of the Secretariat team members for Atlantic Canada, New African Canadians. So friends, I want to invite Jen Nagawa to give us an official welcome after the prayer, who will invite John K. and we'll get into the agenda. Jen Nagawa, Truth and Justice.
Hello. You are welcome, ladies and gentlemen, women of the year, women of the month, those who are the award winners. We appreciate your efforts. You know, it's very good to be resourceful to the community, and we count on you as being people impacting our lives. So we are here to recognize your efforts. For those who are here, thank you for nominating the award winners. I think you made a good choice or an excellent choice. These people have done a lot. Much as others didn't come up, we know these were outstanding efforts, but we appreciate whoever has done anything in any newcomer's life, whoever has contributed to New African Canadian, be it financially, psychologically, socially, whatever effort you have done, we recognize your effort. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate power from PEI, Alberta. New African Canadian is not only for people from Toronto. So when I see people from other areas, I say, yes, this is a team. It's not a Toronto initiative, it's a team. We appreciate your being on board, and I look forward to working with you even in the future. Allow me to welcome John K. We have a brilliant man. He appreciates women's efforts. You know, some men are, like, how can I say, they are mean. If women do anything, they say, here we have a child. Those are women things. But if you say a man who comes up and say, yes, I stand with the women, because when we recognize Women Day, it's all about fighting violence against women. It's all about reproductive rights. It's all about women empowerment and women emancipation. So when I was back in Uganda, I was really an advocate with Matembe. I remember we used to discuss much about women rights, women issues, women emancipation. And we said the women bill is falling because men are not on board. We need to bring men on board. So when I see men like John K. and any man who is here, thank you. Any man who is here to come and recognize women, I say, yes, you are a gentleman. Whether you're a trans man or whatever, you are a gentleman. I appreciate your members. Let me hand over to John K. John K., the floor is yours. You are welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Maybe before John K., you know, Jen is so very humble. She hasn't told you what she does at NAC, but
let me say for myself.
Got her before you do. She, this time last year, was recognized by the community as one of the outstanding women in our newly arrived Canadians community. So she was the winner last year. Jen, you have a few seconds to tell us a little bit more, and we'll get to John K.
My sincere apologies. Don't say I don't recognize the effort. It's just because they also talk about the day, so I forgot about the past. However, not mentioning it is not that I dishonor it. No, I'm pleased and honored to say I was among the winners of last year. It was me, Judith Bavidie, Nakato, and Naro. They were all my twins and the mother twins, and me, the single, I came also up. So I appreciate those who nominated me last year, and also the ladies who were recognized last year. And I'm here to say thank you for joining us, Hajjat, Joweria, and Doreen, and also other women who are coming up next year. I see that we are handing over to another woman. I think we shall reach up to 100. And if we have 100 women in Canada fighting for women's rights, I think we shall win the battle. We shall stand together against violence against women and children. So I appreciate and I recognize human rights. What else do you want me to talk about? I am the secretary for NAC. I'm also, I think I'm still a newcomer, because according to the definition, if we're below 5 years in Canada, you are still a newcomer. So I still belong to the newcomer category. I work well with everybody who is here. Yeah, the rest you get to know me more. That is it for now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jen Mary Nago. Dr. John K.
Yeah, very exciting day. I'm really excited to be here again. I would like to recognize all the protocols. And Jen, thanks for your generosity in introducing me. I generally try to downplay a lot of me most of the time. Our start time was 4 p.m. Our end time was 5:30 p.m. So we have really logged half an hour. And I'm not trivializing how we have spent the last half hour. I think it has been good to meet as many of you and to hear the history and to hear the comments about the need for recognition of men as well, and the comeback about today being about women, which I would also like to uphold, that today is specifically celebrating the women in our lives. Today, that's what the agenda is. We would like to recognize the women. Every honest man has a positive story to tell about a woman. And I would like to underline and put the word honest in uppercase. We can all pretend and be in denial, and there is no perfect being. So that's not to say some women are without fault, but when you close your eyes and you're honest, then you really realize that we need to give more credit than we usually do to the women. And that is a broad statement. But when Mark mentions that it was really hard to select 2 women, I think the woman who should have recognized would have been my wife. But then it wasn't her. So how unfair was that? And that's not to trivialize the 2 that were recognized. So I would really like to applaud all the women, whether or not they have been recognized in this session, that you are all winners in one way or the other. And this session might not recognize you, but someone else might be recognizing you, but would really like to uphold you. We have got a leadership team in NAC, which acknowledges the contribution women make, including and not limited to our president being a woman. And on that point, I would like to recognize Gloria again. We really appreciate your contribution. Henry, thanks a lot for organizing this, especially together with Mark. I would like to recognize other board members who are here, executive members, the other advisors. I think NAC is going through a very fascinating time. A lot of opportunities are coming up. And when you start developing or advancing very fast, it usually comes with some challenges. Some people who either don't wish you well or just want to be part of it in a way which is unconventional. But NAC's vision continues to be strong. I'm happy to be advisor. And that is a noble opportunity for me to just be an advisor. So, Henry, I don't know how we want to move forward on this. When we had our recognition last year, we had our award winners having a statement or 2 that they shared. Oh, there we are, NAC leadership team. Look at all those great people. I'm looking for myself. Oh, there I am. Thank you. So Henry, how would we like to go about it? Would we like our award winners to be introduced and then for them to say something? I would like to get some comments on that, and then we shall finally issue the awards. I really wish we had another opportunity to meet in person. I think the COVID has come to an end, and the next time we meet, we really need to meet in person.
Absolutely. We must meet in person. Our apologies, our president, Gloria Akulu, is unable to be here. She was supposed to be the one leading this conversation. However, Dr. John K., thanks for that intro. As you were talking, I wanted you to acknowledge those who are here on the leadership team. But if you don't mind, I can do so very fast. I'm unable to read everyone's short bio. Probably the name, the faces are familiar, but the names maybe you don't. But for the sake of time, I will go through. Some of you are joining using your phones. That is okay. But if you are able to see on the screen, myself, Henry Luyombia, I am first here. Next is President of the Board, Gloria Akulu. Vice President, Mr. Dennis Wamala. Our Secretary, Jen Nagawa, who just spoke. We have Mr. Mark Lubulwa. Next. We have Janet Muganzi. Next. Then we have Mr. Alex Kabwama. We have on the advisory, Miss, forgetting her name, Angela Amuron. We have Mr. Ponciano Ndiabahika. We have Mr. Jacob Sempala. We have Miss Desiree Ahomuza. We have Mr. Diego Arthur. We have Miss Olivia Namudu for Atlantic region. We have our legal advisor, Samali Nsubuga. We have the one and only Dr. John Chiria Wasike. We have Miss Mary Mandi Matovu. We have Anthony Kaddu, representative from Alberta region. We have Harriet Kachinda. And we have Mr. Fred Lubwama from the mountain region, Alberta. And we also have Mr. Ambrose Akanyihayo. For those who know one or more of these wonderful people, they are the ones, they are the brains behind whatever happens at NAC. So please join me in typing in the chat 111 to recognize their efforts as we get ready to have our first speaker and winner. Please type 111 in the chat room to acknowledge the wonderful work these wonderful people play. I don't see the ones. Please type, unless when you're driving. Thank you, Dawson. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Alex, Joyce, Leah, Owen. I love that, Owen. Felix Nsivirwa, thank you. Anthony Kaddu. Yes, please type 111. There is so many people. John K., there is a bio for another winner that I sent to you because Gloria is not here, but I would like to first take people through a little bit about what NAC is for some who are joining for the first time. NAC is a non-profit organization, also known as New African Canadians. Our mandate is to provide mental health, immigration, and settlement support for people who are new to the country. And basically, we acknowledge lived and professional experiences of people as a way of harnessing the strength and the potential each and everyone has. Over the years, those who are new to the country were often ostracized. They used to use the term abapia in one of the East African communities, specifically Uganda, thinking that maybe those who are new to the country, they have less to offer. But we changed that and we said we work with allies. So you don't have to be having papers to join NAC. And our values are really around courage and boldness to tackle even different or difficult topics, whether it is deportation, whether it is support for gay rights, whether it is working with people from all different political opinions or sexual orientation. Integrity, we believe that it is ethical and it is moral to work not only with people around us, but even where we are when we're not working with people. So character is what we also value. Number 3, we believe that caring should be the way. We believe that kindness should matter, and therefore compassion in offering the support that we can is relevant. And number 4 is the need to build alliances and partnerships through collaboration. So these are our core, and we believe that we are learning and we're very open to many ideas. Any questions or comments are most welcome. But at this point, I'd like to get to our first meat of the evening. Mark talked about how this process was arrived at, and we have 2 winners. But actually, there was a huge list, and would like to acknowledge, before we get to the winners, different women that are making a huge contribution to our African community on the in Canada. Number 1, Kathy Bate of the University of Toronto Alumni Association. Trying to project this. Give me a moment. Kathy Bate, I hope you can see that. Brenda Nakato and Joyce Mugisa of Buganda Kuntiko. Noeline Nakafero Sewulime of Uganda Catholics of Toronto. Chris Nkambwe, who identifies as a she. Oh, pardon me. Her pronouns are she. So that's why they are on this list. African Center for Refugees. Scholar Kamsime and Gloria Gift, Banyachigeze Association. Hope Birungi, African Descent and Busoga Association. Peace Nakaima and Shatra Muganzi, Dominion Church. Geraldine Kulazikulave, Uganda Martyrs United Church. Shiba Birungi, Ugandan Community in Ontario. Rebecca Chizito, Seventh-day Adventist. Agnes Nakabuye, Nexim Healthcare Consultants. Minakena Santa Oloya, Acholi Diaspora Association. Irene Wanyoto, Bama Sava Association. And Peace Nakaima, the Ugandan Association of the Greater Toronto Area. These and more were nominated as some of the wonderful women making change across our community. With further ado, I want to invite John K. to announce our first winner.
Just go and do the same thing. Oh no, yes. What I can do.
Do we have Joweria here on the line? Joweria? Dennis Wamala, you are most welcome. Our Vice President, very busy, up and down, but at least you can make time. Joweria Faridah Kaddu is our first winner. Maybe because we don't see her on the line yet, I'd like, maybe we'll first go to Doreen Kajumba.
Henry, do you want me to speak now?
Someone is going to introduce you with your lovely bio. I see, I think Mark is trying to go through. Just give us a moment. But certainly we are so delighted to have you on the call. Thanks for the great work that you do for our communities. Mark, do we have any hope for Joweria Kaddu?
I'm trying to get in touch with her. Give me just a moment.
Okay. John K, did you see the short bio? In your WhatsApp. Oh, and I've just seen Madam President join us. Sorry, John
Yes,
K.
hello, Henry. Yes, I have the bio for Joweria, and like you have said, Mark, thanks a lot for trying to track her down. Hopefully she'll be able to make it here before we are done with the session. And at that point, I will be glad to read out her bio, or at whatever time. Maybe if she's not here, we shall still read her bio and we can give her her award in absentia. But let me know when it comes to that time when I need to read it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. John K. I have to acknowledge Janik Wakuri, welcome. Annette Kamuli, Janet Muganzi, Gloria Akuru, our president. Who else? Faith Marion, Dennis Wamala. We'll get into some details later on. So friends, as we wait for Joweria, allow me to introduce our second speaker, Doreen A. Kajumba. I also call her twin. We share the same birthday, January 18th. So she has so many accomplishments, but she decided to give me just a brief of who she is. Doreen Kajumba is a trained accountant in Uganda. She is also a social justice advocate. Doreen Kajumba is a community service development worker, currently studying in Canada at Humber College, and soon she'll be studying on a bachelor's degree again in one of the higher institutions of learning. She is also the founder of what was known as Toro's Pride Foundation, currently the Social Justice Center Initiatives. This organization supports people who are facing domestic violence, having mental stressors, and have nowhere to go. Doreen is a friend. Doreen is affiliated with different community organizations and is honored to be our 2023 Women's Award winner. Please join me in typing 111 in the chat as we welcome Doreen Kajumba to have her remarks to us. Doreen, congratulations and welcome.
Oh my God. I don't know. When I came to learn that I'm the winner, I was speechless. More especially when I never look for accolades when I'm doing what I'm doing, but when you learn that people appreciate you, even when you don't know, it's quite encouraging. What can I say? I really don't know. I know people think I have a lot of words. I know people think I am, but I get emotional like days like this when I'm the spotlight, and not for bad things, but for good things. It's really, really encouraging. I don't know. I appreciate the new African Canadian community, the leadership, the board of directors, the management, and all the members. I am overwhelmed with joy. I am overwhelmed with excitement. And as I speak now, I am from a meeting, I think, with Dennis and the LGBTQ community from 519, where we are lobbying rally against the recently passed bill, the homosexuality bill. I don't know. I really don't know. But you have put a smile on my face. You have given me more energy to go out for social justice. And I appreciate you all. And I know with all of us, every single contribution for every African woman in this country will be recognized. And I know we will change the world in all our small ways. And at one time, we will be written about, like the Martin Luther Kings we read about. This time they'll be reading a list provided by the New African Canadian. I appreciate all. I've worked with most of you on an individual basis. I know you know my strong and weak points, but at this point you have shown me that with your SWOT analysis, you picked out my strong points. And I really, really appreciate that. And God bless all of you. And I wish you all the best as you're trying to change the grounds for all newly arrived Canadians. Thank you so much. I'm humbled and I'm honored. And thank you so, so much. Thank you.
Can everyone unmute and say,
oh. Congratulations, Doreen. Let me call my wife.
Congratulations, Doreen.
Thanks and congrats, Doreen.
Unique, we can't hear you. Let's unmute, friends. This is a celebration. Helen, Unique, Lillian, thank you. Yes, Faith.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Doreen.
Thank
What's
you
happening? What's happening?
Wow.
Yes. Doreen. Someone just messaged me a question.
You deserve it, Amot. You deserve it.
Yes, Doreen. Before you leave, someone just messaged me a question and wants to ask, where do you get the passion?
Doreen is crying. Let's give her more joys, flowers.
Yes, flowers.
You deserve it, Amot. You deserve it.
Yes, please type in the chat those emojis, those love signs. Please, let's honor Doreen Kajumba. Yes, the love signs. Keep them coming. Yes, Doreen. Thank you for making us proud. Thank you so much for changing the way women are viewed. Thank you for supporting newly arrived Canadians. Thank you. Enjoy this moment. Yes. Doreen, someone wants to know, where do you get the courage to keep going? That was a message that came in my inbox. If you can unmute and share some of those tips, because we want to learn from you.
Thank you, Henry. I just don't like seeing people hurt. I just don't like seeing people in pain. I don't know. I just like seeing people smiling and happy, because we live in a very unfair world. So everyone's happiness is my driving force.
Thank you so much, Doreen. Maybe one last one from me, and maybe another person who wants to ask. What message do you give to new Canadians who are yet to go for their hearings? They don't have papers. They're being ostracized. They are being taken advantage of. They can't access housing. They have their mental stressors. What sort of advice do you give for such individuals?
Thank you, Henry. The advice I would give is remain focused, because when like the people who fail to get their PRs or their claims accepted, it's normally a very hard period. Like our own community will try to make you feel like you're nobody. Our own community will make you feel like you're less deserving. You'll be shamed and called names. But I will stand and clearly tell you that my claim as a survivor of gender-based violence was denied, even when I was actually an abused woman. So you know that if your claim is refused, it does not mean that you don't go through whatever you go through, but remain focused, seek help. I wasn't in a position to seek help because there's a way people expected a lot from me and they shamed me a lot, but it gave me courage to read and see how I can save myself. I can pledge to always stand by anyone. I know sometimes I'm very bad at responding to messages, send messages, and I will respond with whatever advice I can, but remain focused. Don't feel you're less of a person just because you were rejected. I was rejected, and I only came here in 2017. There's always very many ways for you to get your legal status in Canada, and never lose hope. A lot of people will make you feel that you're useless and a nobody, but you're somebody. You're somebody, and you will get your papers. I got my papers. I tried to do judicial review. It was rejected because of issues that happened there. I went for humanitarian. A lot of people were telling me you don't qualify, but I read and I found out that if you have children back home, you can qualify immediately for humanitarian. A lot of people have been waiting for 1 year, not knowing that the bar doesn't affect you if you have children. So that is how I keep reading, keep seeking help, and pray above all. But all you know, you're strong and you're a winner. Let no one's decision make you feel small or bad. You can push. Very many ways are available for you to get status in this country. And before we know it, status will be for all, not for a few. Thank you, Henry, for the question.
Thank you so much. Don't give up, pray, keep pushing. I want to hand over to anyone who has a question for you. I know we've run out of time. Dr. John K, Jen, Michael, Dennis, any questions? Brenda, you have a question?
Doreen, congratulations again. I won't take up more time. I have pasted in the chat group what my sentiments are, and you stated that we live in an unfair world. In healthcare, we say before you start treating the condition, you have to first diagnose it. So if you don't know what you're treating, there is no way you can ever treat. But for you to just recognize that we are in an unfair world is a powerful statement. It just reaffirms the iniquities that we have and the need for advocacy to help to mitigate those iniquities. I'm not going to say more. Thanks again. We really appreciate you, and you truly deserved the award. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I really, really appreciate this, and it means a lot to me. Thank you.
We live in an unfair world. Can we all contemplate on that? We live in an unfair world. Yes, we do. But people like Doreen and Hajjat Joweria have not given up. It may be unfair to many, but people like those ones are not giving up. And so the message we are hearing is, irrespective of the gender-based violence or even the immigration stress, over 12 hours ago, the border to enter Canada through Roxham Road was closed. So that means people cannot get in, and they're running away from persecution. It's unfair, but we have to keep moving. Thank you, Doreen. Michael, do you have a question before we move to our next winner?
Mine is just to congratulate Doreen for the good work she's doing. And really, she's doing great work. I just encourage her to continue, so that good and better fruits can be achieved. Thank you so much, Doreen, once again.
Michael, before you go, where are you joining from, and which Michael is this?
Oh, sorry, this is Michael Mafabi.
Oh, Michael Mafabi, where are you joining us from?
I'm here in North York.
North York, Toronto.
Yes.
Welcome. And thanks
Thank
for
you so
those wonderful remarks.
Thank you so much.
Mark has
You're welcome.
a wonderful statement he wants to share before we'll move on to, is it John K. who you are introducing? Are you the one introducing, or Gloria and Jen?
Thank you, Henry. To you, Doreen, I want you to know that this is not just a general award, but there are specific reasons why you particularly, and I feel it's fair for the NAC to tell you the reason why they think you deserve this. It's based on your selflessness, and it's based on your commitment and on your consistency. In our attempt to deliver our mandate as NAC, we said we're going to focus on immigration. But however, we cannot do this just we as the NAC team. However, on the very many occasions, in very difficult moments, when we reach out to you, you're willing to stop your work, to leave your children at school, to leave your food on the stove, and run and execute what NAC requires you to do without a single payment, without any form of compensation. You've never asked us, who is this person you're introducing to me? You always ask for, what should I do? Whether someone is in immigration and you have to put out all your information to bail out someone, you've never asked more questions other than, what should I do? So we are recognizing you particularly for that spirit. We encourage you to keep doing that. I felt it's fair for you to know who are you today. Thank you so much. Yeah, Henry, I'm done.
I'm still taking it in as Doreen and everyone. Yes, it is very emotional. But how many of us can leave our children, can leave whatever we are doing, and sacrifice those many hours not being paid? It's few people like Doreen. And today we celebrate you, Doreen. And also we celebrate your family. It's the children that allow you to give us that time. So thank you so much for being selfless, and we urge you to continue, because this unfair world may not end soon, but we will play our part. We will not give up to stand for what is right. John K. reminded us that there are forces trying to pull us down. They don't know that we've gone through a lot to get here. So we will not tire until our part has been finished. Thank you, John K.
Okay, thanks again. Very passionate comments and the reaffirmation that the process was difficult, but the selection was honorable. We've got another winner that we'd like to recognize, and that is none other than Joweria, Kaddu, also referred to as Hajjat. Joweria, we are glad to have you here. So I'll just read a short bio about Hajjat Joweria Kaddu. So Hajjat Joweria is a paralegal immigration consultant. She's a social worker, and she's a contracts administrator in Toronto. A bit of her background: she was born in Uganda, where she's still active. She owns a school in Tinda, Nakawa Division. She's been in Canada for a while, counting up to 20 years now. So in 2008, Hajjat Joweria started gathering Muslims in her home to find spiritual connections and social support. So this initiative later moved from one home to another, and eventually it led to a registered non-profit organization, the Uganda Muslim Association of Canada, and that was in 2020. That happened just before the COVID-19 pandemic. Hajjat Joweria has worked with several oil companies in Alberta and Toronto. As an executive director of the Uganda Muslim Association of Canada, she has led the founding of the first Ugandan mosque in Canada. This mosque also doubles as a community center, and some of the services include offering newcomers settlement counseling. In 2022, last year, the Uganda Muslim Association of Canada helped almost 200 newcomers, both Ugandan and non-Ugandan, and that was in the Western Road community. Some of the help included food supplies, and that was especially on Fridays after the Juma prayers. The Majid Mosque and Community Center is located at 1945 Western Road, York South, in Etobicoke, Ontario. We are really happy to have you as our second award, not the second award, but the second person getting the best award on the. So thanks again, thanks a lot, Hajjat Joweria Kaddu, and we are hoping that you have some lead statements to share with us about your contribution, your feelings, your advice, your recommendations, or whatever you feel speaks to you as we celebrate your contribution. Even if you didn't say anything, we already know you do a lot. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been recognized. So hopefully you have something to tell us. Thank you, Joweria.
Nsobola okwogerako mu Luganda?
We'll get
Hello?
a translator. Yes, Chikirizibwa. Maybe who will help us translate? Dr. K, John K, or Mark?
Jen Nagawa.
Jen Nagawa, yes, okay, Jen.
Jen Nagawa, musanyufu nnyo okumwesiga kwekyo.
Ngasimala translation. But
let me try. I did a course in translating, so let me start with the African Canadian. Go ahead, my dear. Then I'm also mama.
Bannange ndi musanyufu nnyo ekintu kino nakitegedde eggulo mukulu Luyombya yankubidde essimu n'akimbuulira nekineewuunyisa
Hajjat njakusaba ogire omuzike muko interpreting twongereyo otherwise sijja kulinda omulayo
I'm so sorry.
Okay,
Okay, dear. Yes, please.
Okay. Members, I'm so pleased and honored to be part of this award team. I was contacted by Mr. Yunda yesterday that I'm an award winner. Kena maso nyo.
Kakati we yambuulidde nakyewuunyiza kegamba ne neewuunya how they chose me.
When he told me, I was so surprised. I was so surprised how I was chosen. Okay.
Yabaddeko ne byansaba naŋŋamba neetegeke okusobola okwawo attendinga Zoom ya leero.
He requested me some things and he told me to get prepared for today's Zoom meeting.
Kati ndi musanyufu nnyo okubeera nti at least abantu bandi-recognize nze kubanga oluusi mbeera ne sleepless nights mu ngeri y'okubeera nti nno abantu baffe bano be tubeera tuyamba abapya they become your family n'obateeka ku lisiti ng'abaana b'ozaala n'omanya nti nyamba ono ate ono yaddako ate oba okyaliko oyo ng'essimu evuga oba okyaliko ono nga waliwo omulala abamukusuulidde awo ku mulyango kwegamba ebintu bye tuyitamu bino bannange bingi naye kwegamba simanyi.
Hajjat is so excited and to organize her efforts. She's really having an endless list. People come on every day, Monday to Friday, 24 hours to seek her services. He shares an endless list. When she helps this one, the next day is another person. Like helping these people is part of her family. They have become like family members to her.
Era nina kati abantu abampitanga mama Canada.
Okay. She's now a mother to new African Canadians. Around how many? Hajjat
Annaye wenkubuulira kwegamba abasingiza ddala be bantu be baleese kwegamba omuntu bamukuleetera nga tomanyi nawe otandikira muyamba olwedde obeera wakooye dda naawe okwata mukwate nga omusuula mu mmotoka nga mugamba tugende eka. Kati awo bw'otuuka eka n'alyoka akunnyonnyola kiki ekimuleese n'olyoka osalawo wawa omusindika.
So Hajjat receives the people, she has no connections to them. She's just being called, they ask her, we need your help, they can come in anytime, and she drives them to her home, spend a night, and then she can get them other referrals.
Kati organization eno gye eriwo abasiraamu tukuŋŋaanirawo naye n'abatali basiraamu nabo baddembe okujjawo tugemmere buli lwa Friday tuyambirira okusinga abapya.
This organization is for Muslims, yes, but not specifically for Muslims. Everybody is welcome, regardless of your denomination. You just have to come there. Every Friday we have free food to everyone.
Kati abantu bano tubayamba omuntu omuyamba mu ngeri gy'ajjiddemu n'akubuulira. Abantu abasinga baba bapya. Abalala baba bavudde na ku airport, omuntu n'atuuka awo butuusi oba omuntu n'akkubira essimu nti bannange omuntu abadde agende oba mu Alubata ate bamusudde awo nkoze ntya. Kati awo n'omutandikako.
So Hajjat helps people according to their specific needs. Because some people come when this is not their destination. They are meant to be in Alberta, but they end up in Toronto at Hajjat's home.
Yes. Kati nzireko ki mbulira awo wemba nzirako kubanga eno story tesobola kuggwa.
Challenges.
Mbulira uke mba nzirako.
Mr. Yombya mugambe byabaddako. Buzibu ki bw'osanzeemu kale ng'oggyeko
abeereko ne kyambuuza. Abeereko ne byambuuza oba tulabe.
Kaakati challenges ezo z'osanze okoze otya okuzivuunula? How have you tried to overcome those challenges? Ki ky'okoze okubanga ovuunula okusoomoozebwa okwo kw'osanze?
Okusoomoozebwa okwo simanyi nti kunaggwa mpozzi ng'abantu obaddeyo Uganda oba tunaakola tutya kubanga obeeri awo otudde kati ku Lwomukaaga nali ndi awo ng'omuntu azaawo aze atintima bw'ati kiki waliwo asudde wano kwegamba wootandike simanyi nti challenges zino zinaggwa mpozi ndowooza mujje mukoleyo shelter bannange bannayuganda
Housing department settlement tukoleyo shelter manager huyo tumufunye had experience already getting homeless
tubeere nti banna abapya bye batuuka obagawogambye tugende wannagawo wa mwami Luyombya naye
Hajjat is requesting that as NAC we should have a shelter housing settlement as part of the program, something tangible. We need at least a shelter for people who just come in, even if it's a transitional home, such that when they come here from the airport, Hajjat can receive them, we bring them to the shelter. Otherwise, she has an endless list of people who come and they need this service. So there is a need in the community. Please make some efforts to answer that request. Thank you. Proceed.
Mumbuuze ekibuuzo ekirala.
Kati Mark agenda kubuuza ekibuuzo.
Thank you so much, Mr. Luyombya. Actually, mine is not a question. And I would propose that I come in at a point when Hajjat is done with whatever she has to say. I'll have to tell her the reasons why we chose her. So I don't know whether it's the right time or she has to first finish her.
Mu mwaka 2008 kwegamba board omuwani Canada yali esusse abantu nga toyina gw'omanyi abantu batono nnyo abannayuganda batono Afirika mpozi ng'ogenzeeko eyo mba Nigeria nabo tebatumanyi bulungi kati nali ntudde awo ne munnange n'omukyalo omu baali bamwesta Nalukenge mwami gwe bayita Isima Kibowa ne mbagamba naye bange fe okubeeranga wano nga tetuliiko bantu lwaki tetutandikanga okufumbangako wano emmere.
I think this is the background which John K has read about how she came up with this initiative, but she's saying it's far back in 2008. The Ugandan community was like very limited. Ugandans were a few here. The majority were Nigerians, and Ugandans were feeling lonely. They didn't have good friends like here. How they could socialize? So they ended up going to Nigerians. So Hajjat came up with Nalukenge, came up with an initiative of like gathering some Ugandans. Go ahead.
So Nalukenge yangamba, okay, Hajjat, that is a good idea. Kati ne mugamba nga nze sirina sefuliya mwe naabafumbira. Nalukenge n'agamba nze ninayo sefuliya. Kakasima n'atugamba nze mba mmanyi bannayuganda gye bali. Isima oyo yagenda n'anoonya abantu abo. Nze ne mbagamba ave home. Ne mbawa home ne tujja ne tufumba abasiraamu n'abatali basiraamu ne bakuŋŋaana. Kuva olwo ekintu ekyo ne kitandika.
So Oluganda kulia. People began cooking. Hajjat had to provide the home, rather than provide the sefulia, that is the big saucepan, and he mobilized the members from other communities, but Ugandans living in other areas. That is how it started. So she's giving us the background of how this initiative came up. Okay.
So twatandika okutanga kati abantu bakiraba ate ne basanyuka. Ne bagamba ne bwe tujjako wano ne tubeera ffenna ate tuwulira bulungi. Ne gamba okay, kwegamba ate bwe kibeera ennyo maka g'omu nga gw'okola emirimu gw'okola kino kikoowa. Kati ne tubagamba kitandika okutambula nnyumba ku nnyumba.
Okay, so because it was centered in one home, they said now you make other people like overwork. The host was overworked. So they said we should keep on going to other people's homes. That was also another way of seeing your brothers where they live, okay? Enlarging the Ugandan community.
Yeah. Kati mu ntandikwa awo kyali ky'abasiraamu bokka naye ate bambi n'abatali basiraamu olw'okuba baalinga tebalina gye balaga nabo abajja awo we nalabira Ssenga Joyce awo we nalabira Martini awo Musa Matano be bantu abajja mu kintu kino mu ntandikwa Haji Ruyombo abantu awo ne batandika okujja ekintu kino nkigenda nga kula.
Okay, so initially it was for Muslims. However, because even non-Muslims were lonely, they ended up coming up. She mentioned the names you had also, I will not translate, that they joined the team.
Yes. Kati ekintu kino we kyatambulira ne tutandika okubeera buli omu natandika okumanyamu abantu ne tutandika okumanya abaana baabwe so ate ne neeyongerayo okusoma ate awo ne mbeera nga mmaliriza paralegal mu Hamba College ne nsoma ne immigration consultant kati ate awo nalinamu obuzibuzi obw'okuraisinga omwana nga single mom. So awo ne mbeera nga nteekwa okubeera nga mmanyi amateeka ne njagala nnyo okusoma amateeka ng'era singa ekizibu kinguko wano oba child support oba biki oba custody ekintu ekyo nakyo kye kya motivating ogamba nina okumanya amateeka.
So Hajjat was challenged by not knowing the law, and in order to resolve the challenge, she went to school. She has a paralegal diploma and then immigration consultant diploma, correct? From Hamba College.
Yes.
Just because she was a single mom, she said, no, we should look for solutions that in case someone needs some legal help, should be a good advice. Hajjat tibansabye nti owunzike, like wind up, owunzike, Mark akole brief.
Kati awo we tubadde tutambulira nkozeeko ne balooya ab'enjawulo bangi nkozeeko mu industry z'amafuta naye olw'okubanga mutabani wange abadde akula n'ensalawo neŋŋamba kati kankomewo mu Toronto nsetolinge nkoze mutabani wange akuze kwe kuggulawo center awo watusanga nazadde kati nzaala bakulu 1945 buli alina ekizibu kyonna ng'ajja akimpitiramu nga tulaba engeri gye kiggwa.
You want me to interpret that? Okay, why akasembayo? Sigenda kuinterpretinga why akasembayo? Okay.
Yes, tutuula ku 1945 Western Road bannange awo mutusanga era tuli basanyufu nnyo bannange okubeera nti mutulonze New Canadian Association nange tanyuse kutulicognizinga namwe emirimu gye mukola tugiraba wegiri tubajoyininga oluusi ne tukola mmwe mu nsonga ezo ebale naye ekintu kiri ekyalutati mukijjaako omutima.
Ekyaki? Okay, New African Canadians, please thank you for your network. Thank you for your teamwork. She's ready to work with us. And she's saying, please don't ignore what the issue of shelter. It's a need. Among the problems we have, lack of accommodation, lack of housing. The solution is within NAC. She's ready to team up with us to manage the shelter. That is it. I hand over to Mark, Mr. Chair.
Thank you so much.
She said it's 145 Western Road. That's the address. Hajjat, I request you typing a chat. 145 Western Road, please.
Okay.
Thank you so much, dear Hajjat Joweria Kaddu. Thank you so much, Madam Jane Nagawa, for the translation. Dear ladies and gentlemen, like we said in the beginning, the criteria followed in the nomination of members and confirmation of winners was based on 3 factors: commitment, consistency, and selflessness. To you, Hajjat Joweria Kaddu, the New African Canadians team want to recognize your willingness to sacrifice personal resources in order to serve New African Canadians. We admit that on many occasions we've received reports from members who have shared accommodation with you. These people You don't know them, you don't know where they come from, but just as you've said, they admit that they have been well fed, and on many occasions, you've given them pocket money out of your personal money. And also, we are saying that you're very genuine and sincere while executing your duties. Specifically, in one of the cited incidents, because the person we want to talk about is deceased, and possibly we may not get a chance to mention this, but in the scenario of the late Christine Nakaungu, one of our community members who departed around last year, you were there and consistently provided her with food items throughout the period she was sick. This cannot go unrecognized and unmentioned. We encourage you to keep that spirit. Thank you so much, Hajjat Joweria. We are so humbled and honored to have you in our community. Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
Thank you very, very much. Wonderful reflections. I add to the earlier conversation to say congratulations, but also to challenge us all that I wish we had more Hajjat Jowerias in our community. Yeah, our community would be a little bit upfront. So Hajjat, you are our hope. You are one of the few who stand tall, even when it is raining or when it is snowing. We are very proud of you, and we congratulate you, and we stand with you. Thank you. Caroline Namatovu, I know she's at work, and Rebecca Nairuba want to say a few words. And Annabelle, before we come to a close, sorry we've gone through by like 2-3 minutes, but these wonderful people want to acknowledge you and Doreen. Let's start with Rebecca Nairuba.
Thank you, everyone. I've really learned something that in helping people, it is very important. You can be recognized. So I'm also learning from Hajjat that I'll follow her example, and I'll also continue also helping like you've been helping. I'm really glad to see you, and I'm really happy for whatever you've been doing for, let me include myself, whatever you've been doing for us all. Thank you so much, Hajjat.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca. And Rebecca, where are you joining us from this afternoon?
This afternoon, I'm joining you from Dufferin, 1963.
What's the major intersection?
I'm
It's
not
okay. So I think it is North York?
Yeah, I think. I'm not so sure.
Or Midtown. Okay, but you're in Toronto?
Yeah, I'm in Toronto, yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you for those words. Annabelle and Caroline, your final thoughts about Hajjat Joe and Doreen?
Hi, everybody. Are you hearing me?
Yes, we can.
I would like to thank the NAC for honoring these two people. And I'm so happy because these people deserve the honors, because these people work tirelessly. They are not chosen by default. So I really appreciate them because I have dealt with the two of them. They are true, they are who they are. The way you recognize them is the way they are. I also promise next time it will be me.
Yeah.
Good. That's good.
That's great.
Yeah, thank you. Caroline, I know you're at work. Your thoughts as we bring this to an end? You're still muted? Caroline Namatovu. Okay, you're unmuting.
Hi, everyone. I'm
Oh,
super glad to be part of this NAC meeting, and I thank everyone, Hajjat and Michala Kajumba or Kajumba. Thank you so much for the good work you do for the community. Mwami Luyombia, we do appreciate your great deeds. Thank you.
any message you have for Hajjat, Joweria, and Doreen?
We just appreciate their work.
Thank you, Caroline. We also appreciate you. You seem to be at work, but joining and also staying on video. Very, very leadership potential in you. Thanks. John K., you have the closing, and Mr. Kaddu, Janet Muganzi, who else is on the line? Joyce and Gloria. John K.?
Thanks again, Henry. Thanks for everyone who has made it to this award ceremony. Like Mark shared earlier on, it's a really difficult challenge, a challenging task to select only 2 women at a time when we're recognizing whole women as contributors to our core existence and welfare. Please accept our selection of only 2 women. Last year we had 2 different women, and we shall continue recognizing. This is just a representation of the NAC's mandate for recognizing all contributors, all key players, all participants, all members, and acknowledging that there are very many challenges, and that especially as immigrant populations in this country, we are under-resourced. Like Mark shared, a lot of this recognition is about people using the very minimal resources they have to leverage them in a way that can support another person. We really, really, really appreciate all the contributors. This is not to underscore what men contribute, but clearly this is not about men today. We would like to appreciate all the women, all the contributions you have made. NAC has been around as an organization. NAC has got a lot of challenges, but most importantly, NAC has a lot of potential. And that potential can only be recognized through the membership. We implore everyone to attend as much as they can. We implore everyone to participate. COVID-19 has made it very hard for us as MAC members to meet in person. But at this time, we are planning an annual general meeting. We are planning to meet in person. We are planning to have membership contributions or membership fees, like other organizations may call them. But the mandate is very clear that NAC is a non-profit organization. NAC stands on members and their generosity. The biggest generosity, the biggest resource, the biggest asset that anyone in the Ugandan community or the African community has is their knowledge, their intelligence, their availability. If you try to find a counselor in this city, before you pay $150, you will not even get an assessment.
That's true.
So to hear Hajjat saying that she counsels people, just know that every time she counsels someone, that is $150 worth. Now do the math, how much work she has done if we were to convert it into monetary terms. Every time you as an individual counsels someone, it is $150 contribution. So when you join NAC, the biggest asset you can bring is your knowledge, your skill, your availability, your time. If we say membership fees for NAC is $40, that's nothing. It can't even cover one counseling session. So if you, like the award winners today, can contribute your time in any way, shape, or form, those who are accountants, those who are lawyers, those who are social workers, those who are contractors, those who are specialists in housing, those who are specialists in plumbing, those who are any skill you bring, even we who are in healthcare. Just one piece of information, maybe you could go here and you could get subsidized medication, is more important than paying your membership fee of $40.
Yeah.
We don't want to spend more time talking. NAC is a great forum. It has a great leadership. It has a great vision. It is a newer organization, but the potential of NAC, I cannot even start talking about it. Congratulations to the leadership, congratulations to the leaders, and congratulations to the host for this event today. I would like to hand it back, and my congratulations and thanks once again.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you very much, Dr. John Kay, our policy analyst and senior advisor. Yes, Anthony and Mark, and we'll bring it to a close. And Jen. Anthony first, Mark and Jen.
Thank you. Is that Anthony Kaddu?
Anthony Kaddu, yes, please.
Okay, yeah, thank you guys for attending this celebration. We continue to celebrate people that are sacrificing all what you can. It's really important. Let's keep going. Next time, I want to see, someone else's face there. I want to see Caroline. I want to see Annabelle. I want to see Mark. I want to see Mike. I want to see Janique. I want to see Doreen. I want to see Gloria. I want to see Rachel. I want to see Faith. I want to see Felix in Sweden. I want to see Owen. I want to see Dawson. I want to see Helen, Eugene, Joy. I want to see Brian. I want to see Brenda. Doreen already, yes. I want to see Dennis. I want to see everyone there. So what am I saying is we all can, and we don't have to expect a reward. As long as we do good, the goodness will turn out to be fruitful. I'm sure if right now, if Doreen wanted a referral for funding or for a job interview, anyone can easily give her that support. So when we help each other, we also get the help each other. That's my ending remarks, and thank you guys for being here.
Thank you, Anthony, for reminding us that we can be the next Doreens, the next Hajjat Jowerias, the next Jen Nagawas, the next Judith Bavidiers, the next Shibas, the next Brenda Nakatos. Yes, we can do it. Mark and Jen.
Should I
Okay,
take over?
yes, Jen, as we wait for Mark.
Okay. Thank you, members, for your time, because Canada, time is money, but you spared your time to come and join us. Thank you so much. Thank you, Hajjat Joweria, for opening your house for everyone. You said you were a single mom of one until when your son grew up, and then now the mother of many adults. That is very interesting. That's what I took from. She's now a mother of many adults in Canada. So we appreciate being a mother of everyone. So everybody, don't worry that you don't have a mother, we have a mother here. That is very good. Yes. Then, Doreen, when we give you a call, you then say, who is this? You always say, how can I help you? Is there any way I can help you? Thank you for opening your hands to help people. That's very, very important. Some people have the potential to help, but they keep their hands closed. But for your hands are open, help everyone. That's very good. Now, members, we are going to have an AGM. That's next weekend. I call upon everybody, please come attend. Come and tell us the shelter we need to have. Maybe after the shelter, we shall ask Johnny K that now we need a hospital for Africans to understand African diseases like typhoid and malaria, because the newcomers come with typhoid and malaria. We shall come with for telling us accountants how to keep our money. We are going to have the AGM next week. I call upon everyone for active participation. That is not the only thing. We want to tell you that NAC is not for only in Toronto. It's not Toronto based. We are taking you in August. Hajjat, get ready, tell the Haji, NAC people are taking me to Prince Edward Island in August. We are going to have our summer conference in August this year. And I will tell you more details on during the meeting. We are taking everyone, start saving money. Your summer holiday, we are going for a global mental health conference in Prince Edward Island. Then we will see that NAC is not only in Toronto, also those people, they need our help. Maybe we shall even have a shelter in Prince Edward Island, who knows? Yes, we shall have one in Toronto, Prince Edward Island, then in Alberta, then we shall have our many shelters and hospitals. God bless you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank
I
you.
really appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, our beloved Jane Mary Nagawa. And she reminds us that it is possible. I have a colleague, a Ugandan, who worked with different partners, and a shelter was established in Ottawa. So in Ottawa, there is a shelter, and one of my friends, a colleague, spearheaded that, worked with the city, so we can do it. We can have it in Toronto, in Calgary, in Prince Edward Island. What it takes is collaborative partnerships. I think we are on record of being maybe one of the few organizations that works closely with anyone, irrespective of creed. So I thank you and Hajjat Joweria for your selflessness in giving. And also Doreen. Doreen mentioned that the award brought her some emotions during COVID when her child was only 3 months, moving from door to door, supporting people who had been diagnosed with COVID-19. Remember, there was a lot of stigma, and NAC was one of the pioneer organizations that organized Zoom meetings and brought people together. There's one gentleman who was vulnerable enough and shared his story that I tested positive for COVID, and my Ugandan friends left the house for 1 full week. They weren't staying in the house. That was around April of 2020. But through the hard work and volunteering, we managed to talk about COVID, and now many of us got COVID and we healed. And so the point I'm trying to drive home, friends, is until we learn to work together, irrespective of differences, we can beat anything. So thank you to everyone. I'll hand over to Mark for a final remark, and we'll close the award ceremony and also get into chit chat and networking. Thank you. Mark?
Thank you so much, dear ladies and gentlemen. It's been a wonderful evening. We can't take this for granted. We can't take the time you sacrifice to attend all our events, not just this one, but every time we hold an event, we have the numbers. So we don't take that for granted. We want to promise that we're still committed and focused enough to deliver our mandates in the field of immigration, settlement, and integration, plus mental well-being. Of course, we can only achieve this mandate with your support. We welcome the brilliant ideas. Of course, the team at NAC is not bright enough to see everything in every corner. That's why we need everybody. We appreciate the proposal for the idea for Mr. Charles Centum to have many awards separately. And we are now getting another brilliant idea of having a shelter. So we don't take these ideas for granted, and we shall always lay appropriate strategies. And of course, I must recognize the NAC members or representatives outside Ontario. I saw Mr. Ponciano, I think he has left, the NAC representative for Quebec. Thank you so much. Mr. Anthony Kaddu in Alberta, of course, thank you so much. Mr. Riombia in PEI, plus your team down there. Thank you so much, the team here in Ontario, and the team in different parts of the world. We thank you so much. And we promise that we shall always fight to see or to serve you better. And we encourage you to forgive us where we go astray. And please keep supporting us by giving us that wonderful feedback. And we shall always be ready and available to listen and improve next time. Thank you so much, Mr. Riombia. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Maybe my final remark is to acknowledge those who are still on the call, even after we have gone over. Special shouts out to Mr. Felix Nsibirwa, one of the guest speakers at NAC over the years, and actually a donor slash funder. We acknowledge your support. Joyce Mugisa Senga, a very prominent ally for the New African Canadians, as well as a huge supporter of mental health and immigration. I cannot leave by not thanking few people who are doing small things, but in a big way. And that includes people like Brian Tamale, people like Brenda Martha Nagadia, Helen Kusasira, Jane Florence Kawesa, Mike Mafari, Doreen Sebulime, Charles Sentamo, and so many others, not on this call, but they're doing great things. Friends at the New African Canadians, we do not take that support lightly. We encourage all of us to play our part. Yes, we are using English or French because we are a registered Canadian nonprofit. While many might be from Uganda, it's not a Ugandan association. It's not a Ugandan organization. And so everyone has their criteria. There are very many platforms. Some are for politics. Some are for soccer, football, Buganda. Someone came to my inbox and said, and I quote, "You want to destabilize the language of Luganda, and we shall not accept you." Friends, these are very serious conversations. I cannot destabilize Luganda. They even went ahead to say Janet Museveni tried to remove Luganda in the schools and she failed. He also failed. End quote. I was just paraphrasing. So what this tells us, that people are deeply hurting and they can even verbalize their heart in a text message. Yet the guidelines are very clear. We don't stop anyone from speaking the language, but we're being mindful because we have other people who are from different communities. And we've said it today that we can have a translator. So, friends, as we conclude this women's celebration, the invitation I give to us all is to dig deeper and first look at our internal self. If we can win the battle internally, we will be able to help those in need. We will be able to love each other unconditionally instead of portraying a different face in public, yet deep inside, we are hurting. I wish every one of us greatness, peace of mind with loving kindness. Thank you so much for joining us. Hajjat Joweria and Doreen Kajumba. Your winners' certificates will be mailed to you when you get us your addresses. The team is working behind the scenes. Special thanks to Gloria and Jane for making sure everything is possible. From my end, my wife, Olivia Namud, and our children, we wish you nothing but the very best. God bless you. And the awards event is officially over. Thank you.
You too.